Hi, everyone. Welcome to part 3 of my story of online scams and abuse. Okay, hi everyone. I am here with my sister, Backstage Betty. As always, I want to make sure that everybody knows about the disclaimer of the Fair Use Act and information called FOA. Pause to read. So let's address some of the haters in the room. And this next person that I'm going to be addressing was one that showed up after part 2, and we barely mentioned her name. But because her name was mentioned, she felt the need to spread some nasty. So this is what Lilith had to say to me. Her comment was, by the way, I'm not sure you're capable of deconstructing a sandwich, much less anything more sophisticated. She got banned. She goes by Mommy Meat Shop on Twitch. If you have a Twitch account, you should go try to watch her. She plays late at night, barely clothed, but she wants to come and spread hate to me when I am just trying to bring awareness to the fact of these online bullies and scam artists and cult leaders. Someone sent this to me. I believe this X suspends accounts that violate our rules. So this was on Twitter X. She got suspended. I don't know if she still is or not. But it seems like being a bully is something she likes to do for fun. Nathan Neverett. Now this is his YouTube account. I don't know how many other YouTube accounts he has, but he is the man that I sent a laptop to while I was in the cult of Amon Hillman and the Discord server Myth and Lore. I sent him a laptop hoping that he could do his job better to help with the transcriptions for Amon Hillman. I don't know what happened as soon as he got it. He become very different towards everybody and started barking orders at people and talking in this lingo that was very weird to me. He ended up causing a shitstorm of drama that caused a lot of people to leave. Some people got banned. I do not know if he is still involved with the cult like he was. I thought he got banned from the cult, but I had one user ask me about him because apparently he's making moves on her. So this guy is a bit creepy. When I was in the cult, I had heard several people talk about how he went after the females of the group. I've had ill dealings with Nathan, and I just wanted you all to be aware that within these circles that surround Amon Hillman, there are several people like this. This one's about Banvi. Banvi is a mod for the cult of Amon Hillman that is called Myth and Lore Discord server, as well as the cult of Amon Hillman group that is the Reddit group that Big Tuna happened to start. I was the first mod, and I pulled Banvi in and asked him to make Banvi a mod. Banvi is another female in the group, but she's one of those pick me girls. She's really soft spoken. She doesn't push back. She doesn't raise an eyebrow or her voice whatsoever. She doesn't ask questions. She's very soft spoken. So I want to read this to you. This is what I said to her. You sat by and watched them do this to me. I will never forget that. She said, sorry, I didn't think it was any of my business. Is there something you need from me? And I said, I need absolutely nothing from you. She and I were talking about the abuse that I endured while being involved with Amon Hillman and Lady Babylon 666 channel. More of all that situation will come out at a later date. What led up to the move to Florida at this point? Where were you from an economical, mental, emotional, and physical standpoint? Okay, so at this point, I was ready to go to Florida. I had already been there in August, so this was October and November leading up to us moving there in December. And I have some text I wanted to read to everybody. This is to help everyone see, yes, I was deeply involved with Melanie BERES and Michelle Gibson. Let's start over here. Yes, Melanie says. Michelle says, absolutely. Melanie sends a heart. Amazing things happen, dear sisters. Little slower, but it's all truly amazing. I just was give another chunk of massive marketing campaign in August. So hang with me, ladies. So right there, she's telling us she's getting funds, which is a lie. Turns out it's a lie. She didn't get any funds. Another heart, and thanks for having my back. Together we will shift humanity. I know this in my heart. So this is Melanie BERES feeding us all this bullshit. I didn't know any different. Melanie BERES loved. I'm going to be doing Brian's trailer for him, so that's not an issue. So this is me talking about doing trailers and working more. Buffy, can you storyboard the intros and extras? What date are your fireside chats with Adam? So this is showing that she's getting me to do more work. She was constantly putting more work on me. Melanie BERES, talking points. Buffy Leanne is moving into the line producer role. That's the professional term. Michelle is line producer for Fireside Chats. This is her dishing out fake titles that we didn't earn, that we had no training for. Then she did this a lot, all the time. Let's see here. Together correctly for Bill and others to come after. I'll send that to Scott as well as soon as I'm done. Melanie said, I love you ladies so much. And I hearted that. And then Michelle Gibson asked me, what is Jimmy's email? Talking about Jimmy Pittacus of Third Eye Iodine. And then Michelle says, Buffy, can you check the emails in Unguru? Now it looks like Mark and Bill need access to the documents you shared with them. So here, this is proof of me making documents for all these people for Melanie BERES. Mark has access and so does Bill. Okay, so this is just some of the text. We're going to go through a little bit more. Okay, so Melanie says, we are headed for nuts. We have to be that healing and hope place. I said, that's so sad. Who is he? When I jumped back on Facebook, I lit up parts of Cali, Chicago, and Wisconsin. What's she talking about? So they're all finding me and looking for hope and to understand what to do. Due to so many living in the machines and their own egos, they don't see how much they could do. And I said sad face. So this is her saying that she's lying about all these people that she's contacted from all these parts of the world. I have no idea what she's talking about. And she's putting this we have to save the world complex on us. He's suicidal and in good health. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I don't remember who she was talking about there. Let me phone you, Michelle. Michelle, please point to the typo. Brian asked for a sun up. I think I meant sum up of what, when, how on the volunteers. So I'm typing that up now. No call from Duck You Dickheads and fast busy when I call. Okay, so we were trying to, what happened was what was going on me. Melanie put on us that we had to get these contracts signed, like legally signed. You have to get these contracts signed, figure out how to do it. So I was going through e-document. And that's what we're talking about. But this is also like me I drawed up all this paperwork for this lady. It's crazy. Then here's a text from somebody. Melanie was literally all the time throwing strange people on me. Never know who they were. Here's one, Buffy. Hey, Buffy, please meet Whitney. She's just like you. Y'all are going to co-host shows together. You see how she did me? Like, I didn't agree to any of this. I literally just met this Whitney person. Get acquainted. You will both love one another dearly. To think about, Buffy, could you do story time and a book club fireside chat on Saturday night? Whitney, could you do minimalist Mondays alternating with journaling and getting back to living setups on Monday nights? Wednesday could be your co host shows about the divination and healing tool. You see, so she's throwing it's insane. The more I go back and I look over all this stuff, it's just so super insane. Super insane. Bethany, did you have anything to add or say about that?
I actually have a lot to say about Lilith. Her comment just really is funny to me because with all the shrooms that she ingests and all the shit that she's on, I'm surprised she can even make a full sentence. But I digress. Melanie is a piece of work. She's a piece of shit. I hope she gets what's coming to her. Karma's going to be a bitch, and it never forgets the address. Never.
I did want to add that Lilith lost her practicing license, and I'm really not sure why, but she was like a licensed therapist or something. She lost her license. She doesn't like me because I didn't coddle her when people were arguing with her in a group, and I didn't run to her and, like, are you okay? Are you okay? No, I'm sorry. I don't do that. She sends me voice messages yelling at me. I could play those. But
I
no,
mean, if
I
you
think
need
I'll
to, I
scare
think the thing is that does Lilith honestly have a license at
no, I have
30?
no idea. It's just she
Well,
said
see,
she
she
did.
might just be another person that's just out here throwing shit around just to get notoriety. But
Right,
at the same time, karma doesn't forget an address. So if she lost it, she's done something to deserve it. So,
right. Exactly. Exactly. So she can go have her mommy meat shop.
and you can, definitely use this in your little recording here. I have no qualms to speak to these people myself.
Oh, I don't either. Like, this is just a few of the many different texts that I had from her. And you'll see these two are like on the same day. 8/22/22. So here's Mary Ann. Here's Melanie. This is her 6 years ago, she says. She's given herself 6 months or 9 months to get back to that, and she was 53. This was in 2022. This is like Reface or something. This is all the stuff that she would send us to make herself feel better. And I mean, this is just crazy the things we were told. Okay, and this is between me and Melanie and Jimmy Pitticus. This is her speaking like business for me. And she said, so the evaluation of what she did is $2,500 per video. Now let's just take this in consideration. All the work I did for her, if every video I did for her was $2,500, oh my God, I'd be in so much trouble with the IRS right now. However, you wish to work that out would be nice for her. Buffy, can you take 300 minus, as Terrell didn't finish with Jimmy, of which I sent Terrell? She sent Terrell $300. 200 was given to my engineers to download from GoDaddy to his TurboTax, which was 90,000 files. We part as friends always. I would gladly take payment in iodine. So this is me telling Jimmy, hey, I'll just take iodine because iodine is very much needed, and I use it all the time, especially for like mosquito. Giving away or selling off most of all belongings to afford to move. Yes, I did. I gave away things I would have never given away otherwise. I sold things I would have never sold otherwise. Absolutely. Absolutely. The move. How did we get there? We rented an RV, or not an RV. We rented a SUV, a large SUV, a van, and then we took stuff down there. When we got there, me and my daughter both had our own rooms. I told her I did not want to be upstairs because of my back situation, my back being 20 years older than I am with a degenerative disc. And she insisted that I be upstairs, but it would be great for my back. Was it clean? No, it wasn't. There was always dog shit and cat shit everywhere. There was always dirty dishes everywhere. She was not clean. She rarely showered, always had BO. Who lived there? It was her and her husband, Scott, who shared a room. Her son, who was 17 at the time, 16, 17. One daughter, she made her move out. And I found out about this not long ago. She made the daughter move out and back into a bad relationship that her daughter was not ready to go into. Killian, she made Killian move out so I would have his place to stay. And then there's a mother-in-law suite attached to the house that her third daughter, that's where she lived. And so me and my daughter, we slept in two different rooms. This is Melanie, of course. This is where she sat most of the time, in front of the computer. There's my coffee on the right. That's my coffee cup, a Capricorn coffee cup. These dishes, like, this is how it stayed. And she wanted me to rearrange and catalog and critique everything about her kitchen. So it was a lot. It was a lot. She barely moved from in front of that computer ever. Okay, day to day, what did Melanie demand from you daily? What was your role in her household? She said when we got there we were going to be splitting all the chores and working together, but when I got there was zero splitting of the chores whatsoever. And I found out she really wanted me to scrub her baseboards and floorboards. And then my daughter went to work with her husband and her kids, and that's what she did daily. Did you have freedom to come and go? We did, but we didn't have, we had access to transportation. What she did, she pulled me aside and said, if you ever want to take a van, she had two work vans. If you ever want to take one, just go ahead and take it. It's fine. But then I took it, and then she called me screaming and saying, if you don't bring it back here, I'm going to report it stolen. So we didn't really have freedom to come and go. Everything we did was monitored. Did we have access to personal basic needs? We did have access to food. We brought our own toiletries and whatnot. Trauma and abuse arguing. Yeah, I witnessed, I can't speak for everybody else, but what I witnessed was she dominated and controlled every aspect of everybody's life. And there was no like loving interactions. It was very business like. It was very emotionalist, I guess. It felt very sterile. I've witnessed her screaming at everybody, literally everybody. This here on the left is showing how, like, this is more fear tactics that she did. Lyme disease is more Jelens expose the wellness demons. I think this is her group by Unguru Your Life. Yeah, so this is her group that she had. And then over here, she's talking about Alex Jones. Alex Jones is that three-letter agency in MK. The intuitive empath she claims to be is a Q. Just drama and keep scrolling. So what she's saying is all these people are just to distract us, to keep us on these machines, because these machines are dangerous. The realization. When did you start realizing it was a bad situation? What signs did you recognize? Where were you from an economic, mental, emotional, physical standpoint? Make sure to. I noticed, like, once we got there and we were there, things were just very weird. The vibe was weird. It was really off. Oh, they said they wanted me to cook every night, and I said, fine, okay, I will. And it was right after Christmas. It was the day after Christmas. I didn't cook anything because there was so many leftovers. I didn't cook anything. And I thought, okay, everybody can just eat the leftovers. It's the day after Christmas. I didn't cook anything. Well, that night they pulled us down for a conversation, and they just couldn't understand why I hadn't fixed anything. And I said, well, because there's lots of leftovers because it's the day after Christmas. And they said they weren't comfortable with the situation anymore. They realized that my back was not healed, that I could not do what they needed me to do. And I just kept my mouth shut. Lucas was still in Tennessee working towards moving down, and he didn't say anything either. I told him we would just leave, and I told Lucas, to come the very next day to come and get us, and he did.
If I may, it just seems to me like these people, the entire household, were lazy slobs that just wanted somebody to come and do all of their dirty work for them. Who lives in that kind of filth? Who allows their children to live in that kind of filth? And I'm sorry, but if they wanted a fresh meal every night, then they should have donated or done something with the leftovers. Who doesn't eat leftovers the day after Christmas? I don't know one person that doesn't eat the leftovers the day after Christmas.
Right. And I knew while we were there, that's when the German Shepherd here, she's laying there being silly, but she's dead. Melanie killed her. That's the dog Melanie had killed. And I knew when she had her killed and the whole family got really quiet and weird, that was when things were really, really off, really bad.
I don't think that Melanie is just the sole predator here. I think her husband is, even her children, because children learn from what they are subjected to. It's my opinion, as humble as it may be, that all contact with every single one to ever have anything at all to do with Melanie and or Scott just be completely cut off. The kids, Scott, Melanie, Jimmy, Michelle, anybody and everybody that has anything at all to do with that little group of people, you need to cut them off. Give them no access, give them no more.
I don't have access to them. I don't talk to them now. What was the final straw? What led up to you actually deciding to come back home? How did you afford to? How'd you get home? Okay, some of this we've already covered. What was the situation? Oh, Melanie was really weird. She just acted like I was the lowest of the low, of the scummy scum. And the only person that was nice to me before I left was Killian. Absolutely. The final straw for me was the dog, was her having the dog killed. That was really scary for me, really bad. Okay, so I'm going to read you. This is the last email before I blocked her all the way around to everybody. I sent her the email in purple, which was after the text that I had shared with everybody that she had sent accusing me of poisoning her family. I said on January 4th, 2023, please do not contact me or my family any further. I do not want any further communication with you, not on any social media, email, text, or phone calls. My family does not want any further contact from you in any form whatsoever. This makes the third time I have asked you to stop communicating with me. I have now received 3 emails after I asked you to stop communicating the second time, which was on 1/3, and I give the time. If you continue to send text messages or email any form of attempt to communicate with me, I will be forced to take legal action against you in order to ensure the harassment stops. My family and I no longer feel safe communicating with you. Just leave us alone, please. Buffy. Then she says, be careful, Buffy. Very, very careful. You have little idea of who I am. There will be no need to contact you again unless I hear defamatory gossip. Then, I will pursue you to the fullest extent of the law as the Unguru franchise is now going to do with anyone and everyone who has brought harm. What franchise, lady? What franchise are you talking about, lady? This is me getting to talk to you fully, lady. This is not defamatory gossip. This is proven facts that you're evil. And then she sends another email. This was at 5:24 p.m. Then she sends another one at 5:26 p.m. Oh, and why would you feel safe? Your entire community hates you because you're a scam artist and a bully. Since when? Oops, let's go back. Since when, Melanie? Who have I scammed? I've not scammed one person off one thing, Melanie. I didn't hesitate to gain affidavits from those you harmed in case I need an arsenal. Let me tell you, you have no arsenal. You have no affidavits. And the one person you might have had in your pocket has been ostracized and ran out of the town, honestly. Okay? Because she was a groomer herself. She's been ran out of town, Melanie. So after this, I had not heard from her until I received a copy of the court hearing where her daughters had to go and get an order of protection or restraining order against her.
Melanie is laughable. She is unhinged and grasping for straws. She uses all of this educated language, yet she does not know the difference between using a and an. She's just laughable. She's a middle-aged lady sitting down there on some throne covered in duct tape trying to run her life. And she's doing a very poor job of it. Very poor job of it. She has reached the point to where she has now used Photoshop pictures trying to make people think that she has had a beautiful image. Her image is disastrous. It's dark. It's evil. It's hateful. It's disgusting because her heart is dark and black. I don't know who hurt her, but she really needs to heal from it.
I think it was her husband that harmed her. So this is an email that I got from this healing meditative retreat center. This happened like right after I blocked her on the email. So what she did is she went and she used my email to subscribe me to these therapeutic healing retreats that she knows I can't afford to go to. This is very devious. It's very nasty. She's very nasty. Very nasty woman indeed. Did you know about this, Bethany?
I did not.
Yeah. Your sister was really mind fucked. Really mind fucked over all of this. Over all of this. A complete mind fuck. Because this woman is a danger to society at large. I just wanted to reiterate the fact that Melanie might not have started out as a heinous evildoer. I have lots and lots of public records that go over years and years and years of abuse. This stems from Scott Peterson. I had a friend find all this and she went and looked through most of it. And what she said was, Scott is the originator of the abuse. And after 30 years, just imagine. This is a screenshot here of just the some of the court documents. The top one is a full zip file of court documents. You see Mel Zip 2 here. These are court documents. I have about 8 zipped files of court documents. Just to let you all know that even though, see, here we go. This is Melanie's zip files, infos. This is emails, right? I'm not showing you where they're from. I protect my sources. Just to let you all know that even though, like, she is really evil now, she did not start out that way. And I really encourage everyone to look beyond the surface of everything, because what is on the surface is just not at all what it really is. It's not at all what's really going on. And as I wrap up this story with Melanie, I'm going to continue to talk about my life experiences with these scam artists, these manipulators, these narcissists, and these cult leaders. I understand your need to be in a group and be a part of something very powerful, something more than you feel you are yourself, something larger than you feel you are as a whole. But my life was wrecked. I lost damn near everything. My daughter is talking to me now, which is a miracle. It is a beautiful thing. But I lost credibility with so many people because I listened to this one woman. This one woman. That's all it takes. Listening to the wrong person, even just one time. Just one time you listen to the wrong person, you could end up in jail for the rest of your life. Or dead.
Well, it's very peculiar. I can't say with any certainty I don't trust the system, but she's even transgressed their limitations. They have to keep it under control, if that makes any sense.
One huge narcissistic bitch, and not only that, she wanted to fuck my man.